Hey guys, it's Angie. Today I'm going to be showing you a tour of our kitchen. So our kitchen was originally the dining room, but before we moved in, we got the opportunity to renovate it and essentially make it into our dream kitchen, working with the space that we had. It was really important for us to have a really functional kitchen because we both love to cook, and plus we love to host and we love having friends and family over. So again, functionality is super important to us. So I'm gonna show you what the kitchen looks like. The first thing we did when designing our kitchen was choose the kitchen cabinets that we were going to go with. And after looking at a lot of different options, we decided to go with Ikea. We'll probably do a video later down the line comparing and doing a full review about Ikea's kitchen cabinets and all their organization tools and everything. But today we're just going to show you how we set everything up. We'll just make our way around the kitchen and then go over the island last. And we'll be sure to link a lot of our favorite kitchen products down in the description down below. So the first thing we have here is this black rack, which basically acts as our pantry. And originally I was super opposed to the idea because I just didn't want to hear. But Jason convinced me on it and now it's grown on me and it's a super great addition. The black also accents a couple other black elements in the kitchen. So we have water up here, and this kind of acts as our bread and fruit basket. And then down here we have all of our grains. So we have our pastas, and of course we have a lot of rice. We have our regular jasmine rice, and then we have our Japanese short grain rice. And of course I can't forget to mention Jason's second wok. If you've been watching our channel, you know how much he loves his wok. He has multiple videos on it, and we even have a playlist called We're Walking Over Here. So really important. And right next to our pantry rack, we have two hooks for our aprons. This kind of just keeps it out of the way. We have this giant window right here, and the sun is like just beaming through, which I actually really love because it makes the kitchen really bright, especially in the afternoon and evening time. So this is our fridge right here. I really wanted to have a French door fridge where both doors open on both sides. Growing up, we had the kind of fridge where it was like the freezer is on one side and the fridge is on the other. And whenever we bought like really big birthday cakes, it was really hard to fit in there. So now we can fit giant birthday cakes in here, even though we've never bought a birthday cake that big. Right next to our refrigerator is our drink cabinet, where we have a lot of different mugs. Jason thinks I have way too many, but I totally disagree. And then we have glasses up here, a couple more mugs because I can't fit them down here. French press, coffee maker, of course I have matcha powder back there. And this right here is my tea organizer that I got from Amazon. I'm an avid tea drinker, so I love having this and love having a variety. Oh, and Thai tea. Hit up all our Thai tea recipes on our sweets playlist. And then down here, we keep all our cooking utensils. Of course, we have a lot of different like wok cooking tools, like the wok tan, which is this one right here. Our favorite spatulas. And then down here, you'll notice that all the bottom drawers tend to be drawers instead of cabinets. For us, it's a little bit more functional because when we open it up, we can see exactly what's in there and we can reach in and take things out, as opposed to if there were cabinet doors, then you would have to open the cabinets, crouch down, and then dig your hand in there to take something out. Here's another drawer, cast irons, our Dutch oven. And this is the pot that Jason got from Japan. When we had our trip to Japan, I came back with souvenirs like face mask and other skincare products. Jason came back with a pot, a ladle, and cooking chopsticks. That's how much he loves to cook. When we were thinking about what stove to get, we considered a lot of different options. This is the one that we landed on. It's a Samsung stove from Home Depot. We wanted the look to feel like it was built into the kitchen. So we wanted a stove without the back panel here, and we love the way that it looks. And just a quick pet peeve, Jason always leaves his wok with the handle here, and I ask him all the time to put it this way because I've definitely walked into it more than once or twice. To the left of our stove, we have our sauces, soy sauces, dark soy, cooking wine, vinegar, oils. This drawer we actually added maybe about a year after living here, and Jason sometimes forgets to put the cap back on the chicken bouillon powder. Second time this week. We also have flours and sugars here. And then this top drawer is our spice rack. This insert is also from Ikea, and these jar containers are from Ikea as well. We just buy spices individually and fill them up as needed, and the rest of our spices, we just leave them in the jars that they came in. On the counter, we always have some salt. We have some sugar for quick access, and of course cornstarch, which we use to thicken up almost all of our Asian sauces. This was a wedding gift from my good friend Jasmine. She actually handmade this, and it's the cutest little garlic and ginger jar. And I love having this on the counter, and it just matches everything too. Follow her on Instagram at Shen Supply. Real quick about the hood. So we love the aesthetics of this, but realistically speaking, it's not nearly strong enough for all of the stir frying that we do. But, you know, what you gonna do about that? Here we have salt and pepper, oil, soy sauce. This is kind of the stuff that we use almost for every single dish. And if you're curious, we have 5 different types of salts in our kitchen. We have kosher salt, iodized salt, sea salt, Himalayan salt, and flaky salt, because Jason thinks that it's necessary. I don't know. I'm indifferent, but we have hella salt. Here we have our bowls. These are the bowls that we use the most. Here's our display area. I'm pregnant right now, so obviously I'm not drinking wine, but it looks nice here. Wine glasses, salad bowls, other serving dishes for when we're hosting, and Jason keeps his mortar and pestle back there. On the counter, we have our coasters. We don't know what they're called, but we just call them our donut coasters. This is perfect to hold a hot wok. When we originally went to Japan, we went to the store and we thought, okay, we'll come back and get these later on our way back. We didn't go back to that store. Luckily, our good friends Kitty and Austin ended up going to Japan like 2 weeks later. We sent them to that exact store to buy one of these for us, and after Jason got it, he wanted more. So the following month, my brother ended up going to Japan, and guess where we sent him? To the exact same store, and he came back with 2 more, so now we have 3 of these. Back here we have our cutting boards, like I mentioned. Jason recently bought these cutting boards. It was like $6 or $7, and he's in love with them because they're so big and there's so much room for him to cut stuff up. This is where we keep all of our plates, bowls, colanders, giant stock pot, and of course we have to have all of these aluminum tray things. They're really great for steaming. Growing up, we had tons of these in our houses. Like, you can put these directly into your rice cooker or just steam fish in them or whatever. Here is our sink. We chose this sink because I wanted it to be really big and open. Growing up, my parents had a sink with a divider in the middle. There's, you know, a lot of perks to that too, but it was just hard to wash really big items in it when there's a divider down the middle. So we wanted it nice and big. We have a hot water boiler on tap here. There's a lot of things that I was really opposed to in this kitchen that Jason really had to convince me on, and this is one of those. I didn't want this thing in the side in the corner, but it's proven to be very useful. Jason has his bamboo wok cleaner. He also uses this OXO brush cleaner too, but it literally just broke last night, so we have to get a new one, but he loves it. Up here, we kind of keep the items that we don't really use very often, like stand mixer, blender, copper wok, like cheese boards all the way up top. We have a sous vide. And then up here is kind of like, I don't know, will we call this our pantry or our snack drawer? We kind of keep some snacks here. We're running low on snacks, so I guess we gotta go get some more cereals, and then just like Girl Scout cookies and like spare Ziploc bags and stuff. And then this is kind of our vitamin shelf. A lot of multivitamins. Definitely need to take my iron supplements. We have our microwave here. So right next to our microwave, there was this tiny little gap here. So that's where I keep 2 cookbooks, which were gifts from my good friend Jess. So shout out to Jess. And then of course, right next to the sink, we have our drying mat. And then right below that, we have our dishwasher. This is the thing that I love so, so much. Before this, I had a magnet that said dirty on one side and clean on the bottom, but you would have to physically take it off the dishwasher and put it back on. I thought it was kind of a hassle, and this is just so much easier because it slides back and forth. One thing that's kind of cool about our dishwasher is this utensil rack at the top. My sister's dishwasher doesn't have this, so she like points it out to me sometimes that this is really, really cool. It's really useful. I'll just circle back to like the rest of the drawers down here. This is basically fake in that the 2 panels is one single drawer. And this is where we keep like some of our cleaning supplies. We separate like our clean dish towels from the dirty ones, and then once it piles up, we just throw them in the wash all together. This originally from Ikea was just gonna be like a plain panel, and it was not gonna be functional. So Jason got hardware from Amazon to make it so it can flip out like this. So we keep spare sponges, you know, pipe cleaners and stuff. It's just extra space that we can use. And then back over here, our drawers, we have all of our utensils. Of course, we have hella chopsticks because we're Chinese. And we got these black chopsticks from Japan. Our knives, our wine openers, and then these are kind of like, it kind of worked out where it looks like this. All of our like white plastic serving stuff, like rice scoopers and ladles, and then all of our black stuff like knives and peeler and our scissors. These interior organizers are also from Ikea. It's really great because Ikea has so many interior organization tools that fit perfectly in all of their cabinets. Down here we have a couple more organizing bins, more knives, baking stuff, kind of knickknacks. It might look a little bit messy, but it's perfect for us. We know exactly where everything is, and it looks a lot better than before. Oh yeah, what is this called? I can't think of what it's called. I should ask my mom, but let us know in the comments down below what you and your family calls this. This is great for like taking stuff out of the wok or your rice cooker whenever you're steaming something. And then down here we have our Instant Pot, the other half of the blender and the KitchenAid stand mixer, our toaster. This is kind of like a half Lazy Susan, and this acts as our second pantry because we don't have an actual walk-in pantry. Up top is where we keep our gingers and onions, just kind of organize things just based on how we think it should go. It's constantly changing depending on what we have. We have a lot of ramen back here. We have condensed milk, sugar, and then this is basically like a ton of spare spices, beans, Japanese curry roux. Down here is kind of our canned goods area, and then all of our dried noodles. We have rice sticks, bean thread, hand-cut noodles, pho, dried oriental noodles. I know there's some soba noodles in here somewhere, dried seaweed, other dried stuff back here like dried shiitake mushrooms. This is our kitchen island. It's one of our favorite parts of the kitchen. It's 4 by 3 feet. It's not humongous, but it's pretty big for the size of this kitchen, and it gives us a lot of surface room for us to work with, especially when both me and Jason are in the kitchen, or if we have friends over who want to help us cook too. One of my favorite features about the island too is this waterfall effect. I think that's what it's called. It's where the side of the island and the top of the island is the same material, and it kind of looks like a waterfall, I guess. I don't know, but I just love it. Because we knew we were going to do most of our chopping and food prep here, this is where we have our trash, recycling, and compost. This just makes it so easy. Like if we're cutting something or like it gets on the counter, where you can just wipe everything down into the trash and compost, and it's just really functional. We have a drawer up here where we keep some of our gloves and all our trash bags and stuff. This is our storage drawer where we have our mason jars and of course our specialty Tupperwares, old Greek yogurt, and sour cream containers. You can't let these go to waste. And I really wanted this in this location because it's right next to the refrigerator. So after we package anything up, it makes it really easy to put it in the fridge. And up here we have more storage stuff. Ziploc bags, of course we need a Sharpie to label things so we know what we're putting in our refrigerator and freezer. And here's more pots and our steamers. On this side of the island, it's indented a little bit so that way we can sit here and have breakfast. We don't have a separate area for a breakfast nook, so this is, again, functional for us. We eat a majority of our meals here, not just breakfast, usually dinner too. Basically, the only time that we use our dining table is when we have friends over or family over. These chairs we first saw at a local furniture store. After looking on Amazon, we were able to get it for half the price, essentially 2 chairs for the price of 1 that they were selling. And then the last thing that I want to show you about our island is down here. There's actually an outlet plug, which is really, really useful because we can charge our phones here. And we can also use the island to plug in our Instant Pot or to plug in our blender. Again, it's just much more functional with an outlet here as opposed to only having outlets on the perimeter. We hope you enjoyed the tour of our kitchen. We wanted to do this video before our baby arrived and we'd have to reorganize everything and make room for all the baby stuff. Obviously the cabinets and everything would stay the same, but we just wanted to show you what it's like right now when it's just the 2 of us before we became a family of 3. If you like this video, be sure to tap the like button down below and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We'll see you in the next video. That I've been doing a lot lately, especially since being pregnant, is preparing cold lemon water. It helps me drink more water because I typically don't drink a ton. We have mostly Asian stuff on this door. Pretty standard, you know, oyster sauce, sriracha, hoisin sauce, chili sauce, and that's it.